You know, guys, even though our snag machine got stolen, I can still think of a perfect piece of irony, but because I want to keep this video, or at least this whole tone right now, to a serious level, I'm not going to go ahead and say it. Ah, who am I kidding? Hey guys, I guess you could say our snag machine got snagged. Oh, the irony. And wow, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are just kind of like, damn it, Raved, you're so dumb, I hate you. God. In come the dislikes. Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Raved Fun, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Once again, I apologize for completely killing the mood there. In the last episode, we unfortunately got our snag machine, well, snagged by a group known as Team Snagem. And in this episode, we are going to try and attempt to get it back. So, as the construction worker saw, or rather as he said he saw, they were headed somewhere north of where we are right now. So we're going to go ahead and see exactly what that is on the map. However, first, I want to go ahead and do a couple things because I've been meaning to do this for a while now, and I just don't want this to continue on. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut to a little bit of a mini montage of things I'm going to go ahead and do before this episode truly begins. So, on that note, I'll meet you guys in just a second. The cave and rock Pokespots were showing up on the radar, so I first decided to go to the cave Pokespot, and to my unintentional surprise, I found myself a Zubat. And I quickly decided to go ahead and catch it at full health because it's a very weak Pokemon to catch with a very high catch rate, so I figured might as well catch it. Also, the rock Pokespot didn't have anything, and I decided to go ahead and name our Zubat Nuisance because I could. I told you guys that'd be very short. I mean, when I said mini montage, I really meant a mini montage. That was like probably 10 or 15 seconds that you guys saw right there, maybe 20. Who knows? Either way, now that we're done with that, I believe it's finally time that we head over here. So, let's go ahead and see exactly where these people have gone to. We've been spotted, so there's no point in hiding anymore. Who are we? We're Team Snagem. Team Snagem? Can't really say I know them. See, he doesn't know either. It's bringing tears to my eyes. Hey, we should go. We should leave this up to Gonzap. Be quiet. We finally managed to track down Cypher, haven't we? We're not just leaving now. Hey, you big lunk. We have business in that building. Stand aside if you don't want us to get hurt. Or if you don't want to get hurt. Lunk! You're calling the dashing and terrific Mr. Zook a lunk? How dare you! You're not getting away with this! And once again, we get another battle where we're not really participating in it at all. Much like the whole incident back at Gate Import where Zook fought one of Mr. Varric's bodyguards, we are once again just viewing a battle rather than actually battling. So, once again, he has his Zangoose, and I want to say right now, actually, never mind, I'll leave these for a little bit later. I'm not going to say it right now. However, unlike the first time where Mr. Varric's bodyguard completely nailed Zook's Zangoose, this time it's completely vice versa, because I'm telling you guys right now, Shadow Zangoose is a boss. Ah! Darn it! See? What'd I say? If we would have just waited for Gonzap, this wouldn't have happened. Wacken must have reached his hideout by now and given that snag machine a Gonzap. Hey, you want more where that came from? Ugh. We'll pull back and regroup. Let's get back to the hideout. And I'd say right now, that guy has a name much similar to President Obama's vice president. You're not running off with them. You've got guts, but... Huh? We've been spotted. Wait a second! You're that brat who was at Gate Import! What are you doing here? You're nothing but bad news. Ever since I saw you, I've had nothing but the worst luck. First, at Gate Import, some guy challenged me to a battle out of the blue and promptly stomped me flat. Then Gorgon gave me one major dressing down for showing off Shadow Pokemon without permission. Because of that, he made me stand guard here as punishment. There's one thing I can't figure out though. How did Gorgon ever find out about me anyway? Ugh, remembering that is getting me riled. This time I'll flatten you. And at long last, it's finally time for us to take down the one that we've seen ever since episode 3. Thug Zook. And because I can, he's going to be starting out with a Shadow Zangoose level 28 plus with the moves Shadow Rush and Shadow Mist. Obviously at this point, it's very obvious. As well as a Dodo level 26 with the moves Dry Attack. Much like Chobin's Tropius Knowing Stomp, this one only has Tri-Attack, and I might say the rest of his team doesn't really have the most variety in terms of its movesets. So, I want to go ahead and explain Zangoose right now. This thing, I want to explain this Pokemon in general. Or, not in general, but towards this game. And this is going to be a very, very interesting piece of trivia that not a lot of people know about. So, I'm going to be very happy to go ahead and share this off with you. But first, something that a lot of you are completely very, very knowledgeable of is the fact that we can't catch this Zangoose right now because we do not have the Snag Machine to capture any Shadow Pokemon. However, going to the thing that you guys may not have known, this Zangoose is a bit of a gender changer. And what I mean by that is, if you guys recall, when he sent out his Zangoose earlier in this episode, it was a male. Now, it's a female. This is the only time, or actually I believe it's the only time in Pokemon history where the Pokemon that you see at first changes genders as you keep going along the game. The way this works is that the first one, the set gender is not determined until you finally fight Zook for himself in this current battle right now. If you have saw a different gender at either Gatenport or the battle against Zook versus Obama's vice president, well, then it's not necessarily going to be that gender at all. There is a chance it could completely be that, but if it's not, well, don't get your hopes up. You're going to eventually find a female or a male Zangoose. It's completely random and only is set at this point. So, meaning right now, once you find Zangoose later in hands of Mirror B, Zangoose is going to be a female. Alright? Anyways, I completely forgot to go and explain his third Pokemon right there, as well as his fourth. So I'm going to go ahead and wait until he sends out the fourth Pokemon. Alright, so he sent out a while ago, actually, a Carvanha level 26 with moves Water Pulse and Bite, and a Sea Viper level 26 as well with the moves Bite and Poison Tail. So, now that I told you guys all that, and oh, you became confused, that's not so good at all. However, this gives me a chance to use an item that we obtained in the SS Libra. So, first, I'm going to go ahead and use this turn to completely heal Snuggles, because Snuggles is very crucial to our team right now. He is the best attacker, or rather, she is the best attacker, and I'd rather keep her alive. And the second thing I want to do would be use Snuggles' turn to use the Yellow Flute. Now, I really didn't have any purpose for this item at all until later when we actually got Pokemon that, or rather when we found a scenario where that would be really helpful to have. But since we're not really going to be seeing that at all soon, watch me eat my own words at this point, let's just use it right now. And I like the sound effect that I made there. It sounded like a little squeaky toy. Anyways, Water Pulse, that really should not do much at all. Yeah, Snuggles, you got that defense, girl. I almost said brother. And Poison Tail. Alright, that I'm a little bit worried about because... Do not poison, do not poison. Let me guess, you're going to poison. Oh, so wow, surprisingly not. Okay, not complaining at all. Alright, so I'm going to use Ice Beam on Seviper and Brick Break on Carvanha. That should one-shot Carvanha, and Ice Beam should at least take out 2/3 of Seviper's total health. Yeah, perfect. I was actually right on top with that. However, now let's see if Carvanha's, or rather the prediction I made towards Carvanha is correct. Water Pulse again, that really should do nothing as well. However, if he does, or rather Snuggles gets confused again, which he didn't, well, we don't have to really talk about that anymore. And Poison Tail once again, if you poison, I will hate you forever, Seviper, and you'll meet a cruel and foul death by the hands of Snuggles. Snuggles, you know who you're attacking next, because I have been poisoned. Ugh. And Brick Break, that should one-shot Carvanha. Carvanha does not necessarily have a high defense stat at all, and since it is a Water Dark type, it's good for us to use Brick Break against it. And as you might have saw, Carvanha had Rough Skin's ability. You may have not known what that is, but it's kind of obvious at this point. It basically will... Okay, whenever you attack a Pokemon that has that ability, a fraction of your total health is inflicted back towards you. It's a rather nice move to have, actually, or a rather nice ability to have. However, there could be other uses that... or rather, other abilities that you would rather have, but nonetheless, it is still a nice ability. And for his final Pokemon, he's going to be sending out a Relicanth, level 26 with the moves Rock Tomb. Yeah, once again, I know such effort was put into this. I mean, my god, you have to give these guys credit. They really know their movesets, and they know how diverse using Rock Tomb on Relicanth is. I mean, it does make sense, but no. Yeah, sure, now you landed critical. God, why is it that whenever I get a freaking critical, it is always at the worst freaking moments? Anyways, moving on to lighter topics, Snuggles grew to level 32, so that 100 base attack stat is awesome. Or not base attack stat, but just a 100 attack in general now. So, this should prove to not be that good as before, okay. What I mean before, a little bit of a fun fact, I actually tried doing a pre-recording of this until I was interrupted by construction noise, because even though I don't have the Yard Festival anymore to interrupt me, There's still construction going on, but now that I'm still recording during the construction, but you guys can barely hear it, if not at all. So that's good. Anyways, I want to talk about Rock Tomb as well. I went over it briefly when we were attacked with it once, but I never really went over it as a whole. Rock Tomb is a rock move, quite obviously, that will give a 100% chance to lower the target's speed. And are you kidding me? Once again, that's even less of a slower than other Pokemon, and I can't remember what it was at the top of my head, and I don't really feel like going back to see exactly what it was. So, for all of you who are avid watchers of this Let's Play, you know exactly what I may be talking about, that is if you have a good enough memory unlike me. So with that being done and said, we have finally defeated Zook. And might I say, I wish Poseidon grew to level 32 as well. But this can't be happening! You're just some kid! How could I, the mighty Zook, get beat by just some kid? Because you fluked out! You only won because you got lucky! That's got to be the answer! I won't battle you again. If you win by a fluke again, my reputation will take a beating! Zook, you are standing guard here. I mean, you have the potential to look like a really nice character. Hell, you kind of remind me of like some kind of lieutenant or something. Or like Lieutenant Surge from Pokemon or whatever. I mean, hell, you have the figure to look like someone who could be better. Your reputation is already broken, dude. You're just standing here doing absolutely nothing like those two big bodyguards over there that lack lower body strength. And as for you, Zook, well, you're not so bad. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and quickly heal my Pokemon right now, so I'll see you in just a second. And by heal all my Pokemon, I just mean Poseidon to a slight degree, because I want to go to a Pokemon Center, yet I don't want Vaporeon to faint. And like I said, I am going to be switching between saying Vaporeon and Poseidon, because I've always been so used to just calling them by their actual names that they've been given by the game developers themselves. But nicknames are things that I will be saying as well, so obviously I'm not neglecting them at all. It's just how I've been speaking them, so please bear with me. Anyways, as soon as we beat Zook and we try and exit this place, we get an email. One that is not interrupting anything. And it's from someone that we actually care about. To Sebastian, from Sec. This is Sec of ONBS. Sebastian, something's come up. Your help is urgently needed. Please come see me at ONBS in Pyrite Town as soon as possible. Alright, well, I say we go ahead and go see exactly what Sec wants us to go do over there. And while I'm there, I'm going to go ahead and heal my Pokemon. And yeah, so I'll see you guys over at ONBS. Hey you, yeah you, buddy, guess what? I've got the cash to afford your fancy hotel that's in a completely bum and crap looking town. And I can stay here over 128 times if I damn well please, because I'm just that awesome. And so is your hotel. And actually, speaking of his hotel, I actually meant to show this off a while ago, but I never did because I kind of forgot. This hotel actually has some things that you would like to go ahead and take a look at. So, as you can see over there, there's actually an item chest there, but as you can see, well, at a first glance it may look like you can't really enter, but in fact there is a little bit of a door here. So grabbing this item just from this guy's hands, or just from this guy's foot of his bed or whatever, or at the head of his bed, my bad, you obtain 3 Great Balls, which are very good to have, especially when you come to Pirate Town for the first time. I probably should have got these when I first came here, but I once again forgot, so I apologize if I did not show that off. Well, then anyways. Anyways, over here, the next item is 1 Focus Band. I'll get into that exactly what it is a little bit later, but for now, just know that's there. You may find it useful and sometimes you may not. And as for the last item, over here, next to this guy who's sleeping, I'm gonna casually walk over here and take his items, which is a Paralyze Heal. It's a little bit of an item. I could use them in one specific case in which I get paralyzed and I don't really have anything else to cure it, so it's a good thing to have, but not necessarily the best thing in the world that you can get. So how about we go ahead and try and talk to the man while he's sleeping. Oh, it's a wild Zigzagoon. It's cute. I apologize for that noise. Also back there, did you guys notice that? It was like all like flickery and stuff. Was that just me, or does that end up in the video anyways? I'm obviously gonna end up knowing by the time I edit this video, but hey, I just hope it doesn't show up on video. Anyways, let's finally head to ONBS, and you know, we have money. Moo Moo Milk time, because we actually are running rather low on it. So give me a little bit of time. And no, I'm not gonna spend my entire savings on Moo Moo Milk. I'm not that dumb. Maybe. No, I'm not gonna go ahead and spend my entire savings on it. Just maybe half. 7/8, 99 over 100. I'll see you guys in just a second. And you guys didn't trust me. I still have over 9,000, insert joke here, dollars left. And I did not spend it all on Moo Moo Milk and lemonade. So take that! Anyways, let's go ahead and see Sek now that we've finished buying all of Pyrite's wonderful milk and lemonade. Hey Sek, what's up, buddy? Sebastian, I'm glad you're here. I've been waiting for you. Huh? What happened to your left arm? Weren't you wearing the snag machine on it? I see. It was Team Snagem's doing. It's not surprising that they wanted your snag machine. Up to 5 years ago, Team Snagem was in a partnership with Cypher. That kinda sounds like a YouTube partnership in a way. But when they lost their snag machine, Cypher gave them up as a lost cause. I thought Team Snagem just folded after that. They must have spotted your snag machine somewhere. Oh my. I'll start investigating Team Snagem right away. I'll let you know as soon as we discover anything. Oh right, I completely forgot about this email message I received. You see, ONBS got contacted by someone who claimed to have fled from Cypher's base. We debated sending out a news team immediately, but there's no guarantee that it won't be a trap or another risky situation. I hate to impose, but could you go and investigate for us, Sebastian? Well, we got nothing better to do, so I say we go ahead and say yes. And by the way, you're supposed to say yes, so there's no way you can really say no. Thank you. We know that you can be untrusted with this, Sebastian. The man who contacted us is named Hordel. What kind of name is Hordel? He said he'll be at the outskirts stand. The outskirts stand is to the east of Fenax City. You can't miss it. We're depending on you. We'll investigate Team Snagem while you're gone. Alright guys. Well, it looks like we got our new objective. So, next time on Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, we're gonna head to the outskirts stand and meet up with Hordel. And once again, I don't understand why anyone would name their child Hordel. That kinda sounds like a perfect prostitute name. Okay, worst way to end the video. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.